I'm Laura and welcome to class today. Today's class is going to be a loop band workout. So you will need either a loop band of any strength. I've got a medium one, so you can go lighter or heavier if you like, or a resistance band tied into a loop. And again, the heavier, the more challenging, the lighter, the less challenging. So, and if you don't have anything, you can do it without, okay? All the exercises can be done without. So as always, we want to look after our bodies throughout. So if there's anything that doesn't feel kind to the body, choose an alternative that you know is kind to your body, or a different exercise that we have done in the class that is better for you. Okay, let's get going. So we're going to start by popping the band around the legs. So we're going to thread the band up, and it's going to go above the knees, around the thighs. Okay. And then we're going to make our way down onto our back. So feet to the bottom of your mat, hands to the back of your thighs, and then roll all the way down. Okay. And we're just going to find our neutral alignment. So shuffle yourselves around, bring your feet to a comfortable distance from your bottom. Heels roughly in line with your sitting bones, knees the same width as your feet. And you'll notice that you have to gently push out into the band to allow your knees to stay there, because otherwise the band is going to allow the knees to fall in. So making sure that that's something here that we're focusing on. So automatically working our outer hip. And then as we're there, check your pelvis is in neutral. So the two pelvic bones and your pubic bone are level with each other. And if between those three bones was a bowl of water, full to the brim, the bowl of water would be still. Okay, we're not spilling any of the water out of any edge of that bowl. So from there, again, neck nice and long, chin tucks in, and we want to achieve ribs down onto the mat. So pelvis, rib cage, head is heavy, lower back becomes the lightest part, and it may be slightly lifted off the ground. And also the neck is light. Once we're in this alignment, hands to front, bottom ribs to find our thoracic breathing. So breathing in to expand the ribs side and back. And on your out breath, feel the rib cage narrow. So you're imagining kind of trying to push your hands away on your in breath. And trying to almost feel that your rib cage is trying to get away from your hands on your out breath. So really drawing inwards, away from the hands. And then on your next out breath, lift the pelvic floor, draw navel in to engage transverse abdominis, and then keep the control of those muscles as you continue to breathe. Okay, now the next time you breathe out, we're going to continue with our breath, but we're going to release our arms. So our arms come to the sides of the mat, and on your following out breath, we're going to come up into a bridge. So begin to tip your pelvis backwards, and then roll up through your spine. So bringing the spine up to a height that feels comfortable for your body. Pubic bone is higher than belly button and rib cage. Ribs stay soft. And we're really opening the front of the hip creases up to the ceiling. Start to roll back down, bringing each rib and vertebrae to the mat. And just checking in that you're still pressing out into the band gently. And we've got the three corners of the feet heavy on the mat, the biggest toe, the little toe, the centre of the heel. Let's do 3 more, so 4 in total. So we exhale to roll up, imagining wheeling the spine up off the ground. Inhale at the top, and then exhale to roll back down. Now try and imagine as we start to roll up, the abdominals drawing into the spine, and because of that, the spine presses down into the floor. Keep that press down. Now the tip back of the pelvis and the lift up of the pelvis is going to help to start to individually peel the spine up as the abdominals continue to draw down. So really work those two things happening together. And same on the way down, the abdominals are encouraging that feeling of pulling towards the floor as the hips are pulling up. And as the hips lift up, almost lifting the tailbone to the ceiling, this is going to extend and lengthen the back. So one more time here, really warming up through the hip extensors. We're working up, warming up through the outer hip as well because of the band. And we're going to stay up at the top. So stay up at the top if you're there, or come all the way up and stay. Now let's please place your hands on your two pelvic bones here and check that you're at a height with your pelvis and your spine where you can keep your alignment. Okay, left leg is like a statue now, it can't move anywhere. The right thigh is going to push out into the band and then pull in. Check that the right side of the pelvis doesn't drop. Think of lifting it up instead as you push out into the band. Now the left leg's staying still, so it's having to work isometrically. The right leg is moving, so I'm kind of rolling it out to my pinky toes, my thigh presses out, and I'm bringing the sole of my foot back down as I come in. So my pelvis really trying not to shift to the right side of the mat, and also trying not to rotate to the right as well, so the right side of the pelvis doesn't want to drop. We've got one more on this side, and then as you come in, keep the right leg heavy. It's now the statue leg. We're going to press out with the left leg. We're trying not to let the right leg move in the same direction as the left leg now. So the right leg really does have to work. And I know that my right leg is my weaker leg because it's having to fight a little bit harder than what my left leg had to do. We've got 3 more. Each time you come in, think of squeezing something between your legs. So we're getting that work on the outer hip, but we're also resisting with our inner thighs. Last time. And then as you come in, lower your arms. We're going to press both. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Squeeze in really tight. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lower all the way back down. Excellent. Just let the knees roll together a moment. Let the hip muscles release. And we're going to bring our legs back to hips distance. Okay, hands to the pelvic bones. On your next out breath, deepen the pelvis, the ribs and the head into the mat and float the right leg to tabletop. And then lower down. Change sides. So we're having to work really hard here. There's lots of coordination. So we're not letting the band take the thigh inwards, and we're not allowing the still leg to move in the direction of the moving leg. So this is tricky. There's lots to think about. Can you keep your center pressing into the floor? Now this time we're going to lift our right leg, and then as we lower the right leg, we're going to lift the left leg. So we're scissoring the legs. Move from the thigh bone in the hip socket. So I'm trying to reach my thigh bone away from me, pulling the other thigh bone in, and then switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring both legs to tabletop. If you can, arms to the sides of your mat. Curl head, neck and shoulders up. Option to keep the head, neck and shoulders down. Can you reach both legs up to the ceiling? And we're going to do the same thing. So we lower the right leg, lift and switch. Now you can do the same with both knees bent, and you can also keep your head and shoulders down. If you want the support of your head, take the hands behind the head. Now my band started to roll, but don't let it distract you. We've got 4, 3, oh, I'm going to be wearing it as a belt in a minute, 2, and 1. Now stay here. The leg low is going to push out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Switch, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Lift the legs, bend the knees, hug them in. Well done. Roll side to side in your lower back. Hands to the back of the thigh. Press hands into, or the legs into the hands. Curl the head, neck and shoulders up. Use this to roll backwards and forwards. And we're going to make our way gradually up to sitting. Take the band off your thighs. And this time you're going to hook the band around the feet. okay? So the feet are going to be together, the heels are going to be forwards, feet have to be flexed to keep the band in. And we're going to hold onto the band, okay? We're going to hinge back, so our spine is straight, so stack the pelvis, the rib cage, the head, neck and shoulders, okay? So dropping down, keeping the straight line through the spine, start to lean back. Use the band to help you a little. Elbows soft, chest lifts, really small, tuck under the tailbone, and then lift. So I exhale to go back, inhale to lift up, think of lifting your chest and the crown of the head up to the ceiling. So we lean and release. And you can challenge this by going a little bit further back, but what we don't want is the heels to lift up off the ground. I can really feel that end range for me, that part where the heels start to become light but they don't quite lift off. Now we're going to hinge back, we're going to stay back, and we're going to pull to the chest. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. 3 more sets. So we hinge back, stay back. 4, can you lift the chest more? 3, 2, 1, and lift. And again, 2 more sets. 4, 3, 2, 1. Chest lifts up, 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 up. Last set. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Now as we come up, let go and just roll your body forwards. Okay, we're going to do a slightly different version. So this time you're going to take your hands underneath and hold on. We're going to roll back this time, so start to tip the pelvis backwards and roll back. You're going to go to wherever you can and you're going to roll all the way back up. And again, so just a few to warm up the spine. And if this is not good for you guys, stay with the hinge back or the flat back. So feeling the pubic bone lift up just like you would do in your bridge. Now this time we're going to roll back, stay back. Now I'd like you to find that place where your abdominals have the most tension. So for me it's on the sacrum, maybe a little bit further. Now we're going to bicep curl, so hands come in and release, in and release. Now you go as far as you feel you can with your band. And 2, last 1, roll up and stretch tall. 3 more sets, so we roll back, hold it, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll up. 2 more times, we're feeling warm now. Use your breath, guys. Exhale, inhale. Last one. Last set this time. So let's roll and stay. Can you pull your hands closer to your chest? And 3, and 2. Last one. Go to roll up. Take the band off. Let the knees open and take a stretch forwards. Okay, so coming up, and what you're going to do now is take the band just around your right foot. Okay, so holding onto the band with both hands. Don't mind what your left foot does, okay, but your right foot is going to be flexed. We're going to lift the right leg up off the ground, and if you can, you're going to stretch through the leg. We're going to roll back just as we did before. So start to tip the pelvis backwards. And when you roll back, I want you to start to lift your right leg towards the ceiling. Now the left knee can be bent or the left leg can be straight. I want you to assess that depending on how well you can keep your alignment in your pelvis and how your lower back feels. So if we're tipping back, we're feeling the this tension in the hip, or we're arching, bend this knee. It doesn't matter if that leg is straight or not. Okay, now we're going to take hold of the band in our left hand, and we're going to take our right arm behind our head, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pull on the band. So on your exhale, pull and reach. And release. And pull and release. Pull and release. One more. Now you can stay with this. This is absolutely fine. Or if you can, as you pull, you're going to curl your head, neck and shoulders up. Your leg does not move. Your leg stays as straight and still as possible. So we pull and we reach. Pull and reach. Good. One more, and then we're going to add some rotation. So as we pull, we're going to turn and almost try and reach your elbow up towards your foot. And then release. And 3. And 2. Last one, stay up. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Now release your arms. Hold on to the band. Now left leg can bend or stay straight again. Start to push your foot into the band, curl your head, neck and shoulders up. Continue to push down into the band, reach your leg forwards to allow you to lift up and then lower it down. Excellent. Left foot in the band, let's do that again. Release the leg. And we started with a bent left leg and a bent right leg. So bend both knees and then lift up. And if you can, extend the leg. When you're ready, push into the band to help you roll back. The arms are going to become straight. Roll down as slowly as you can, just like you do with your bridge. One vertebra at a time. Do what you need with the right leg, so it either extends or bends, and we check the pelvis. Pubic bone and 2 pelvic bones are level. This time, right hand in the band, left hand behind the head. Head and shoulders stay down for the moment. Leg stays over the hip and as straight as possible. Exhale, pull the band wide. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull. Inhale, release. So I'm having a bit of a harder time stabilising on this side. So it's good to figure out your imbalances when you do things on one side and then the other. And then this time, we curl head, neck and shoulders up. And we pull. And pull. Deepen your right hip into the mat. That's what I'm really trying to do here to keep my leg as still as possible. Now we're going to rotate. So we pull and turn and release. Pull and turn and release. I'm going to shake. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. Now last one, we stay in our rotation and we've got 4 rows and 3 and 2. Last one, turn your chest more. Reach the arm up, lower, and take hold of the band with both hands. Inhale, exhale, push. Lift the head and shoulders, start to roll up, reach long through the leg. You may need a little bit of support with a towel at the lower back on that one if you feel you need it. Okay, now this time the band is going to go around the thighs again. So bring it up and then come onto your side for me. Elbow underneath the shoulder, and we want to check that our feet, our hips and our elbow are on the same line as each other. Hand to the pelvis, lift your waist, press down into your forearm. Nice long straight line from the crown of the head to the tailbone. When you're ready, clamp. So we press the knee out into the band and then resist as we close. Now push the underneath leg down into the floor as well. And push and release. Push and release. Good. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Now this time we press out, extend, bend and lower. Extend, bend and lower. 2 more. And last time. Now we're going to add clam and side plank. So we press down, lift the hips, open the knee, lower down. And 3 more. And 2. Now slow down the lowering, thinking of lifting out of the ground as you're lowering down. And 2. And 1. Now we stay up. We close, open, extend, tap, close, open, extend. 2 more times. If you need, look down at your elbow. That's going to relieve the neck. Last one. And close and lower the hips down. Good. Take a quick stretch over with that arm that we've just been leaning on. And let's go to the other side. We're going to have a really nice glute stretch at the end. So elbow underneath shoulder, feet, hips and elbow in the same line. Hand to the pelvis, lift the waist, push the floor away. Clam, exhale, push out. Now think of really pushing the underneath leg down into the floor. That's going to help to stabilise your pelvis. And really lift the chest. Use your breath. Squeeze the feet together. Draw the shoulder blades in, and that's going to help to open your chest. Okay, now this time we open, extend, tap and lower. Open, extend, tap. 2 more. Keep the pelvis as still as you can. And as you extend the leg, try and keep the thigh as still as you can. Okay, plank and clam. Lift up, lower down. 3 to go. Press down into the forearm, and as you lower, think of sliding your shoulder blades further down your back, lifting your chest up. Last one, now we lift up, stay up. Now we extend, tap, close. Yeah, good. Excellent. Keep lifting, and if you need to, place the pelvis back down on the floor. We've only got 1 more though. Good. Lower down. And just bring your legs to the front. Take the band off for a moment, and we'll just take a glute stretch. So hands behind you, take 1 leg across. Feel free if you want to come down onto your back to do this. That's fine. And just let the knee open wide. Feel free to bring your chest closer to your legs to deepen the stretch. And it's sometimes nice to rock side to side, particularly over to the side that's opposite to the leg crossed over. It helps get a little bit deeper onto the outer hip for me. And then switch sides. So cross the other leg over, flex the foot so we're stabilising the knee, and then come a little bit closer to the leg if you like. Lift the chest, breathe, and then feel free to rock. Notice which side feels tighter. And we're just going to do 1 more. Okay. Now, last and final exercise. So we're going to prepare with the band around our feet. Now this is not always a pretty sight to get into this, so that was actually easier than what I thought. So you want to be in an all-fours position, and your feet are pressing out into the band so you can hold onto it. You can keep it between the feet. The feet need to be flexed so that we can hook the band and keep it stable. And you're going to walk your hands forwards and shift your weight onto your arms so that you come into a 3/4 plank. So we've got now a straight line from our knees to the crown of our head. And however wide your feet are, because of the band, you're going to have to take your knees that wide also. So we've got nice knee and ankle alignment. Now lift the chest, wide across your shoulder blades, gentle pubic bone towards belly button, sit bones narrow. Take an in-breath, and as you breathe out, lift the knees up off the ground. On your next in-breath, take a pike or a downward dog. So hips go up, send them back. Navel draws in. Now I tend to slide, so if you need to, pop a towel underneath your hands. That'll prevent you from sliding. Now from here, enjoy that stretch, but we're going to come forwards to plank again. Hold this position. Lift the right foot and pull the band so the knees comes towards the chest. Replace the foot back down, send the hips up. We've got 8 in total, so we've got 7 more. Pull left leg in and lower. Now I'm going to have to keep adjusting my hands because my hands are sliding away. So we get that stretch. Find your plank, stabilize, pull the knee in, release. Hips go back. Excellent. Lower. Pull in and release. My band's starting to roll. Hopefully we can stay on. Pull in, lift the chest. It's really making me warm now, this one. I think we've got 2 more, everybody. Lift. Lower, really pulling. Can you get the knee close to your chest? And last one. Now we're going to go a little bit quicker with these now. Okay, for 8. Pull in, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Take a child's pose. Sit the hips back, breathe. And work your hands in, quick hip flexor stretch. So band just falls off the feet now. And you're going to step 1 foot forwards, take your hands behind you, and then push the hips up. Getting that stretch across the front of the thigh. Take a deep breath in. And out. And then slowly lower. Walk your hands forwards, take the other leg back. Other leg forwards, sit back, take your hands behind you, and then push and lift. And release the pelvis down, hands come forwards, and release that leg. And our class is done for today. I hope you enjoyed. Please get in touch if you have any questions or queries, and subscribe and click the bell icon for future notifications of classes. Hope to see you again soon. Bye!